everything. Morning, guys. Good what? Good evening. I am a mom. I was doing some mommy duties. Welcome to today's TikTok live. I actually titled it Weaponizing R171 as a graduate. I'm going to just wait a couple of minutes, maybe like 3 minutes. Can you just do me a favor and tap the screen? I'm just gonna dress my baby girl, and then in the next coming 3 minutes I'm gonna be here. But just do me a favor and start by tapping the screen. There are a couple of people that I expect to invite on here as a panel to form part of the panel. Yeah, between 50, 52. Okay, maybe I shouldn't even. But let me wait for a 3 minute to allow more people to come in. But today, Chami, today I'm not gonna be chairing this gathering. I've just accepted Ugugu to step in. She's going to be chairing this particular meeting. Hi, Sister Kelly. It's been such a long time ndingakuboni kwi-lives zethu. I do not know why. Uyaphi Chomi? Ndiyithathile ndize nayo ilapha funeka ibe lapha phantsi. Bendize nayo ngoku. Nantsi yaphaya. So Ugugu is going to be chairing. There are people who I also want to be on the panel. I see Lesoho is here. Maybe I should just like send her a request. So the people that I'm going to add now are people that I want them to say a couple of things pertaining to where they are and what they are doing with their careers currently. So it was Lesoho. There's a young lady by the name of Bridget. I don't know if she's already here. Molweni yo Wi-Fi yeah. Hi Spazi. I'm going to download this TikTok live and put it on my YouTube channel for those who might miss it or who are struggling with network. But there are people who will want to come in and share a bit. Kuzoqala Ugugu. So those people, I request that you send your requisition to be on the panel now. But yeah, I'm going to hand over to Ugugu. Ugugu is an R171 graduate. She's going to formally introduce herself, but she's an R171 graduate. She comes from the first cohort of ER171 from the GCON College, Gauteng College of Nursing, if you don't know what GCON is. Okay. Yeah, but I'm getting distracted because of the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna give to Ugugu, and the reason I'm making her chairperson of today's gathering is because she's the reason I decided to call on this meeting, right? I was fighting with SG Lawrence. Context, I was fighting with SG Lawrence students on my FYP Lisa, because I felt like, man, don't want to beg the department. And they kept on saying, Nezi, we are not begging the department. We want to hold them accountable. And my thing is, you're wasting your time. Don't be holding people who do not care accountable for anything. Like, our department does not care. And guys, I think we need to get to that point of understanding that DOH will never, ever prioritize us as nurses. Therefore, as nurses, we need to take ownership of our profession. We need to take ownership of our profession. Our profession does not belong to the Department of Health. Yeah. So the moment we want to make them treat us a certain, guys, and some of them, they are part of this very same profession. So that's what made me to do those videos, because I was frustrated by R171 or say S. Lawrence. Of course, I understand apho basuka khona, but I'm frustrated because I'm thinking you've got a weapon on your hand, and that is your qualification. And if it has the SANC certificate, then it means you can do anything and everything that is under the sun, right? When it comes to our nursing profession. Then Ugugu came in and, oh, Sana, bless her soul. Ugugu came in and shared her journey. Like, uye ngesixhosa siye sithi uye wasibhalela isixwebhu. She wrote her journey in 2 comments, and I was like, that's it, I cannot be the only one that's reading these comments. I need this young girl to come and share her journey, for R171 cadres to know that they can actually weaponize their diploma, and build sustainable and concrete careers for themselves within the nursing profession. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to hand over to her now. But before I hand over to her, I just want to say I need the people that I said should be on the panel to start sending me requests. And if you want to be on the panel, please send me requests. The rules are that you switch off your mic. Gugu narrates her story, and then once Gugu is done narrating, she's then going to give each of you a chance to speak. We will later on in the live take comments. Of course, you can go ahead and leave comments, but we won't address them during the live while people are conversing, so that kubeko order in the house. So towards the end of the live, we will then start taking questions. There is a girl by the name of Bridget. I didn't send her a WhatsApp. I hope she will come in and request to be on the panel. Gugu, welcome, and welcome to everyone that's here. Hi Leseho, hi Gooks. Gooks, I'm going to hand over to you, Gemdwam. I think I am the one talking. From now on, I'll just be doing the admin of accepting people and all of that. Over to you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Hi guys. So my name is Ugugu Kumalo. I am an R171 graduate. I am the class of 2020, the first cohort, or what you may call, well, we always refer to as the guinea pigs, in the course of the R171. So I graduated in 2023, and because of COVID course extension, initially it was actually supposed to be 2022, but we actually graduated and finished course in 2023, middle of the year. So my journey with Department of Health started in 2020. I mean, we were all excited. We got accepted. We said, hey, here we're going to do nursing, and I was actually at the Bara campus. And from there, I think it was just a case of waiting to just push and finish the course in record time, and which we did for some of us, you know. And I mean, obviously with war, there's always casualties, you know, with some staying behind and all that. With that being said, we actually then received a memo that they actually, I think it was towards late of 2022 when we were actually told that actually, listen here, there actually is not going to be ComServe with your guys' course. ComServe is being scrapped out, and that's that. So we needed to see clarity with that regard towards the end of the year of 2022, and there wasn't actually a redirection forward with what's going to happen to us. But we were actually told, then we might be automatically absorbed into the system. But here's the catch. With that being said, we had to write board exams, and we had to wait for board exams before we received the license, the practicing license for Frank. So we finished in 2023. I'm sure you all saw it. We all struck. I think we closed down all 4 campuses because we were demanding and seeking answers. We watched 245 Commissioner in Johannesburg Department of Health offices. From there, we went to Panyaza Lesufi's office. And I think with that, the media coverage was there, but also, you know, with media coverage, the narrative was changed. We want to be kept and get a salary for nothing. And our point here was that we want to be absorbed. So the whole communication was lost in the system, and I guess we were part of. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to understand that with Department of Health and departments such as this, politics is a dirty game, and we are sometimes actually caught in the middle of all of this. So we finished, and then in November we waited for a board exam. We wrote the board exam. Still, again, we're not registered, we're not working, we're not getting an income. We're still waiting for results. Results were released in January of 2024, and we were only registered there 2 months later, which is in March of 2024, which was when we started to seek out employment. We went back to the Department of Health prior to our employment. I mean, prior to us being registered. The department did say that there's nothing they can do at this point in time. There isn't any posts and stuff like that, and that they will release posts post our registration with the SANC, with the South African Nursing Council, right? With that, then we got registered. From registering, there really was no way where we could actually go. So the next big thing that we had to do is locum. And I'm not sure if I can mention the name of a few agencies that I used, Z.
Yes, please. It's very important for us to mention the names of agencies.
Okay, okay. So I did a bit of research. I mean, yeah, I went out on hit the ground running, and I did a bit of research. I found out which agencies I could actually use, and the first one that was actually at the top was, well, not at the top as such, but that was easy, that would accept me as a new graduate without the necessary qualifications like basic life support certificate and all that, was Nurses on Call. Which was the one that I used to register. And Nurses on Call actually works with the Netcare hospitals. We registered with Nurses on Call. The following week was called for orientation. So the whole week was dedicated to just orientation. I did the 3-day hospital orientation and the 2 days care on. Since Netcare has moved digital, so our medical health records have gone digital and they use an iPad. So we had to learn the whole system and how to navigate all of that.
I hate that I'm going to interrupt you, right? But I'm
Okay.
sitting here and I know that people tend to come to me and ask, Nezzy, which agencies should I use? You said I did research. How did you, what do you mean when you're saying I did research to look at agencies? What exactly did you do? Did you go on Google? What did you do?
So the next best thing was for me to go back to my lecturers. I mean, they know the information. I know a few people also in the nursing fraternity, so I actually asked them what nurses what nursing agencies they use. The lecturers were more than willing to help us. I know for what Gertrude Williams was one great lecturer at Bara, and she actually just made sure that before we left, we were equipped with the information that we needed. And I mean, even then, after that, she made sure that that we always have her numbers, and we would always revert back to her and everything. So she really made our lives easier. And also another thing, I've got, like, when you get to like, when you do your your practicals, you make people, you make friends there, and then you take nurses' numbers, and then from there you ask, you basically just talking to people and just networking. And I think that's basically what worked to my advantage in that regard, was the fact that ngumuntu wabantu, so mangifika endaweni ngifika ngijwayele, type of thing. So I'm not just someone who lays back. I go out and find information, and I make sure that the information I also disseminate, because I know for a fact I did not keep that information to myself. I disseminated it to my colleagues that, hey, I've been called to such and such a place. Let's go, send your CV or send your application form, do this and that, and I kept pushing people. And I think it helped that we were a smaller group as well, because information was easier to disseminate it, that type of setup. So, so I did my orientation with Nurses on Call. I started in a general ward. Let me not lie to you. I think I worked a week in a general ward. Was the worst week of my life, because I mean, from sitting close to a year to now being working and on your feet 12 hours a day, it was quite horrible. And medical wards are quite, like, emotionally draining and physically taxing, And then from there, I think I decided to, the following week, I heard that they're in the same hospital. I was at Garden City, by the way. The same hospital, I found out that the Peds ward, they need people. And lucky for me, a lot of people in the Peds ward had resigned. And a lot of people don't really like Peds ward. I've always loved Peds from my days and doing my practicals, but then I fell in love with Peds again. And that was that. From there, I hit the ground running, and I got a straight shift in the Peds ward. And then whilst on my days off, I also joined another agency. So I had 2 agencies, by the way. I joined SD Recruitment, which is based in Randburg. So those are the two agencies that I used intermittently and exchangeably when I'm off, maybe if I wanted extra money on the side or whatever the case may have been. But SD recruitment, let me not lie, was predominantly ICU. So I didn't really use it until I was sure um, that I've got the skills to actually, nurse an ICU patient. Nonetheless, I worked in peds. From peds, I get called in ICU. First time in ICU, almost wanted to cry, but I mean, the sisters there, one thing about Garden City, they really made it easy for me. They, type of thing, they literally held your hand through it all. And from there, I mean, it was from a student, straight from student, no comserve, going to interpreting blood gases, working independently, running a shift type of thing. So it was interchangeably between ICU, Peds ICU, NICU and stuff. And then from there, my journey wasn't easy, I'm not gonna lie, because I kept looking for like permanent job, kept applying, with a few declines here and there, a few interviews here and there. But I mean, it was a sign that I'm actually doing something right. And then came the opportunity. A friend of mine actually got a job at Nelson Mandela in the theater, and she said, "Hey, here's an opportunity. Won't you apply at theater?" And I applied at theater. I got called for the interview at theater, and I was unsuccessful then again. And I mean, it was tough. I mean, it was a great knock to my confidence and stuff. So from there, we moved, and then the following week, they called me again, and they were like, "Hey, listen, there is actually posts coming out at Peace ICU, and we feel like you are a Peace ICU nurse. So why don't you grab the opportunity?" Grabbed the opportunity, went in guns blazing. Literally after my interview, they told me that, "Hey, listen, please go down to HR and do your fingerprints," and I just knew that I got the job. And then yeah, I think 2 weeks later I got called. "Hey, you've got the job. When can you start? We want you to start tomorrow." And literally I got into the Peds ICU unit. I did not know. I mean, it's a tertiary level hospital, so you can understand that there's different levels to this. I mean, I would say going back to Garden City on some days when I still locum there, it's actually a walk in the park relatively compared to where I am currently, because yeah, I know it goes down in my units. And then from there, I mean, obviously you're a new nurse, you're young, you don't know anything, there's criticism there. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. There's criticism, people saying, you know, why didn't the unit manager hire me? You took someone that doesn't know anything. And let me not lie to you, I cried that day. I legit cried. But then, I mean, at the end of the day, I met wonderful people there as well. I mean, not all of them were bad. I met wonderful people, and this other one, well, I refer to her as my mother of me, Sister Mandy. She's been amazing. So she was like, "You know what? Listen, I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to know, because no one was born in ICU. I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to know, and trust me, a year from now, you're going to be the best sisters. I mean, you're going to be working independently." And yeah, from there on, where I work, fortunate enough for me, they allow us and they afford us the opportunity to learn. Um, I mean, I was every time there was training sessions, I would grab them with both hands. I didn't know how to nurse a vent holistically. Yes, I knew how to nurse a vent. I mean, when you see the values, you understand where it's good. But holistically, I didn't know how to nurse a vent holistically, especially with children. I mean, adults was quite different. With children, you get different modes like your pressure control, your volume, your PRVC, CPAP modes, and all these things. So it was a bit difficult. I mean, it was really in an uncomfortable area, part of my life, and I think that's where it afforded me growth. And eventually, I think almost every 2 3 weeks there were trainings. Take those trainings. I think by the end of it, I think it was April, I was well equipped to nurse a neonate, a pediatric, on a vent, on a CPAP, on an oscillator, on a high flow, like all modes of ventilation, I was competent in. I mean, it wasn't really an easy, I started last year in October, by the way. It wasn't really an easy journey, I'm not going to lie to you guys. From there, we moved from there, and then, there was an opportunity presented to learn ECMO. So ECMO is a whole complicated mode of I mean, treating patients and stuff. And not everyone offers it. I mean, not every health facility offers it, but if they do offer it, you need like a competent nurse to really nurse it. And then, or ECMO is extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. So basically, what this machine does is it rests the heart and the lungs, and then allows the patient to recover. And with learning that, I mean, I finally realized that actually, I've been equipped with something that not a lot of nurses have been equipped, especially in the pediatric industry. Sometimes you find that they want ECMO trained nurses, and it's bambalwa abantu abatholakalayo with ECMO trained. So yeah, from there, and then that was that, and from there,
Is it the one that you are doing with the University of Toronto?
No. The one I'm doing with University of Toronto, I actually started now in September with that. I'm going to finish next year in May. That one is the Advanced Cardiac Care ICU course. So that is actually it's a pediatric course offered by the Sick Kids Hospital under the University of Toronto. And yeah, man, it's been a journey. It's a bit it's really questioning I'm really questioning my ability sometimes. But I mean, I've always loved the challenge, and I think, the only way to the top is we need NQF levels now. We just need to grab those NQF levels slowly but surely. But also, it's not recognized by SANC, but it gives you a great advantage. I mean, if you're a pediatric nurse and you have got the advanced cardiac care, my unit specifically specializes in cardiac cases, cardiology. Although we do take other cases, but predominantly we specialize in cardiology.
How long is this program? I'm so sorry. I know I didn't tell you that I'm gonna fire you up with questions.
No, don't worry about it. So the program runs. We started in September this year. It's gonna finish next year in May, and then from there, I'll have my certificate, and then from there, I guess I don't know what else I want to do, but I think that the goal at the end of the day is to probably, maybe most likely, be like an intensivist or specialist in pediatrics.
So your hospital is the one that took you to this program that you are doing at the University of Toronto?
Absolutely, yes it is.
They are paying for you.
They are paying for me, yes.
Okay. Now I wanna take you back. You I think you're done narrating, right?
Yeah, and I'm done narrating, yes I am.
But I wanna take you back to when you finished nursing school. I know you walked us through that. And when you were narrating it, it sounds like it was just easy peasy. I think you are such a strong person, right? Because listening to you, you make it sound like it was easy peasy. Then we got registered, and then we moved, and then I got a job. But that's not how it felt at the time. It's not how it felt.
Let me not lie. And I think the day we finished marching from Department of Health. This was last year, 2023 in May, right? This is even before graduation. This is even before results are out. We don't even know what's going to happen with us. We marched to the Department of Health, Commissioner Street. And then from there, we said, you know what, we're going to march to Banyaza Lesufi's office. And let me not lie, that day was gut-wrenching because we came back with no answers, number one. Number two, the answers we were getting, you could see that at the end of the day, it's the activity that we took upon was quite futile, It wasn't really, like, I won't lie to you, it was horrible. And then from there, school finished, there were no answers again. Where to from here? And we are hanging in limbo now, because now here we are, we're also like a group that has to wait for board exams. And then from there, we don't even know what's to come next of us, And even when we wrote board exams, they kept saying, the unions were involved, I'm not going to lie. They kept saying to us that we are going to get absorbed. And there were a lot of rumors going around. So there really wasn't much happening. Yeah. And then when we got registered, posts were released. I think about 1,200 posts were released by Department of Health in Gauteng. So you get that glimmer of hope, which I know, what now, we're gonna, and I don't know, I think I applied to almost every hospital there is in Gauteng because of that. They had a huge list of hospitals, and let me tell you, I did not get called. I did not get called because after that, they froze posts, and then they said they don't have a budget for it.
Sure.
So that's what happened.
What's happening to you when you are applying to all these hospitals that you aspire to work for, and then one moment the department comes back and drops you like a hot potato. Does it feel like your dreams are shattered? Do you feel like, like,
At one
what
point,
am I going to
I
do?
contemplated going back because I'm originally from Etanhausen, KZN, right?
Yeah.
I really contemplated going back home because I was just like, ngifundile, uhulumeni, awungithathi seriously, akunamsebenzi. Because at that point in time, I think I had shut out indaba ye-locum, and I said to myself, you know what, listen, I'm banking on the department to take me. I want the department to take me. And I think that was the main thing that was ringing in all our heads. Good time, man, 1,200 posts. I mean, there was about 50 of us in each campus, which is less than 200 now. I mean, definitely kusho ukuthi sothathwa yabo into enjalo, but then akwenzekanga ngendlela ebesifisa ngakhona ke, unfortunately, you know. And yeah, I mean, the long and short of it, department froze posts, and then they said that they don't have the budget. And when they eventually, I think a month later, when they unfroze posts, they took literally a handful from everyone. I mean, from each campus. I mean, I think in my class there was about 20, 30, if not 20 at the most that were taken out of, I think, 40 students, you know. So to be honest with you, it was like I cried that day when almost everyone around me got calls, and here I am, man. I'm pushing, man. I'm sharing information, and then now and they totally call Jan Sana, you know. I was shattered. I really was shattered. But then I think that day it was like, you know, that day had to happen because literally from that day I literally just wiped the tears and I was like, you know what, if this is how it's going to happen, it's fine. I'm not going to beg people to be in spaces where I'm not wanted, you know. Secondly, I mean, I thought about Uti because I am such an academically inclined person. I want to go back to school. Now I need to wait for a queue, got Department of Health, you know. And I thought about it, and no, actually, let's try other avenues. Let's explore other things, you know. Let's go into spaces that we are uncomfortable with to grow. And me being in Peds ICU where I am currently now, I've been so uncomfortable for the past few months that currently now that I am comfortable, I feel like now I'm just like redundant and I want another challenge, you know? Like, yeah, you know, so it's been that.
I needed you to touch on that because I hope that the SG Lawrence students are here, even though me and them had a fight on the TL on Friday. But I hope they are here because, and I want all of us, all 268, 69 of us, I want us to understand that. I needed you to emphasize that part because I want us to understand that the department is not for us as a profession. It can be led by nurses. Nurses are there in the department, but what we need to understand as the nurses on the ground is that the department is not for us. And nursing is not the department. Just because the department has shut doors on you, that does not mean it's the end. And we need to start things. I need us in the profession to start seeing things the way you guys, you and a couple of your friends Gugu saw things, that if the department does not come to the party, it is not the end of the world when it comes to your journey within nursing. Nursing is far beyond DOH, you guys. And it doesn't matter what qualification of nursing are you holding, whether it is a degree, whether it is a diploma with a 3 post basic, whether it is an R169, and I hope they are here, the 1 year students. I mentioned them to you, Gugu, earlier on to say we are all nurses. Whatever qualification of nursing you have, it is a weapon. Yeah, it is a weapon, and for it to be able to yield the results that it's capable of yielding, it's if you, as the possessor of the weapon, you recognize its value and know how to utilize it. I feel like what frustrates the students at GCon right now, particularly this campus that feels like it was left out, is the fact that they think they have nothing. It's like there's nothing outside what DOH was offering, and now it's not delivering. That's what made them panic, because they were spamming my DMs to say, Nezi, speak to the department, speak to the department. But I'm saying to them, don't beg them. And Google, I send you a voice note and I said, nursing is transitioning and we are not all seeing it, but some of us, we are seeing it. We are going to a point in nursing where the department is going to need us, you guys. But the question is, at the time when the department needs us, are you going to be able to put a price tag on yourself, or they going to come and put a price tag on you? I said to Gugu, you see how the department is sleeping on you right now? They're letting you go, like, go fend for yourself. But when they are coming in the next coming 10 years, they're not going to hire you at the same level that they were supposed to hire and absorb you with right now. At the rate that you are going, a girl acquiring qualifications at the University of Toronto, tell me you're going to allow the department to pay you 28,000 rands for a specialty. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But we don't see that as nurses. We constantly think that we are at the mercy of the government. We are not, guys. We are very powerful. And the moment we start personalizing our nursing journey, you see how I personalize mine, Gugu personalize hers, do personalize hers. But when we come together as a collective, we rise as an army that is powerful within the profession, which then in turn makes our profession powerful. One of the reasons I don't do things alone. People often ask, why are you so sharing, Nezi? Why are you so giving? It's because I know I can never change the status quo of nursing alone. I can rise to global levels alone as Nezi, but that won't change the status quo. But if Gugu is rising on my left, Stu is rising on my right, the other one is rising behind me, the other one in front of me, it means the profession is rising as a whole, and we will get the respect and even see the change that we want to see. This live is to empower R171 and R169. And I said I'm going to shut up today. I will let these cadres, majority of the cadres that you see on here are people who graduated from this program, and they've fought. They've fought to ensure that they become the young women that they are in the profession. This is to say to you, you have a weapon. If she can sit in a university at Toronto, because literally this girl sits at the University of Toronto every week, if I'm not mistaken, and not just with nurses alone, right? You don't just sit with nurses, you sit with...
No, it's not nurses, it's doctors all over the world, it's physiologists, it's your cardiologists, it's your endocrinologists, like a whole huge vast aspect of the multidisciplinary team that have actually joined to do this program. And I think specifically because it's aimed at pediatrics, and cardiology is actually a huge part of nursing that, you know, we do need all the knowledge that we can get. I mean, from all over the world, I'm exposed. I'm networking with people from all over the world. I'm exposing myself to different sort of situations, healthcare-wise as well. I mean, we've got people as far as Ghana, Canada, we've got people in the US and Europe and India. And I mean, I was granted a great opportunity that I took ground running. And we always use the saying, we're the new generation of nurses. And I think we use it loosely, but not realizing, actually, we are definitely the new generation of nurses that is actually sent here now to write the new narrative. And it's entirely up to you whether you're going to take all of that with you and change the narrative now itself in your life, or you're going to sit back and in 10 years from now realize, I should have, you know. And at this point, we should be actually being very strategic about the qualifications that we're going to, the areas and aspects that we want to actually specialize in. And as soon as we can, I mean, education. Yes, some people have got the R171 or the R169 and they say, hey, it's fine, let's go collect the paycheck, you know, and that's that. Yeah. But we need to now really think about it, because soon, I feel like because of, if you look at nursing, there's a lot of people resigning, I mean, going into pension. It's going to be us that need to take over the reins at the end of the day. And should the Department of Health in the next 10, 15 years come to me and say, hey, I'm giving you 36,000, I'm absolutely not going to take it, because I know I'm a gem. I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not afraid to eat alone, because you guys have made me dine alone. You know, and I literally acquired the oysters and the sushi I have currently alone, you know, and it's just a matter of It's just a matter of being very, very, very strategic about what you want to do. I know I have people that also didn't go into bedside nursing from my campus, and I mean from R171 specifically. They went into I know a specific friend of mine that went into pre-auth nursing, and she's doing medical aids. I know of one of my other friends. She went into aesthetics. So she's got well, she works in the beauty bars, and it's not bedside nursing, but in essence it is nursing, guys. And if we're really, really going to be clever about it, I know another one that joined Affinity Health, and it's online consultations. And if you're really clever about it, guys, you can literally utilize this qualification to your advantage. At the end of the day, specifically, I'm now speaking to the GCON group. Department of Health granted you a bursary, to be honest with you. And for 3 years, you didn't pay a cent. You were getting stipend, you were getting uniform allowance, all of that to better your life. And at the end of the day, you came out again with that qualification and that registration. That should not be something that you're saying that, what Department of Health gave you this, now I need that in your job. Say, okay, sharp, it's fine. You guys gave me the qualification and it's fine. It's okay, thank you. Take that, hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And you need to trust me. You know what? The world is literally your oyster. I'm not going to lie to you. I think another thing I should tell people is dedication. It's not going to be easy. I mean, there are days and there are going to be times where locoming is quiet. It hasn't been all like, sunshine and roses. There are days when you get one day a week, and it's quiet. And it's not necessarily because the fact that your inability, but because of the fact that there isn't any people in the hospitals, because private institutions rely on medical aids, and it doesn't make sense to bring in 4 p.m. when there's 2 patients, and they need to realize that not all days are going to be the same. It's going to get difficult, but when you get into the unit, show yourself off, showcase your skills, make sure that you're consistent, ensure that every time that you're on and you're called, ensure that you work to the best of your abilities. Sometimes we want to run and leave at 7 o'clock. Sometimes staying in until 7:15, maybe if you're finishing off dripping a patient or whatever the case may be, do it. And private forces you to put on a smile every day, but put on a smile and eventually also rotate amongst the wards. I think you're gonna find your passion once you do that. I know people hate medical, but I know people that do love medical and would not do anything else besides medical wards, So rotate yourself, expand yourself and find out information. I know people, from specifically my class as well, they went into pre-auth, from there they're case managers. And why? Because of consistency. And I think one thing that stood out with our cohorts, the first pilot group, was the fact that we're very resilient. They literally threw us to the wolves and we came back leading the pack. And that was something that with our cohorts, something that you can never ever take away from, So yeah, resilience meets dedication and hard work, then the results will show itself.
A girl from Barra. I'm going to just ask, I know Stu is R425. I think the R425 graduates, you guys, you will have to take the last mic or comments. I think I would like you, Gugu, to allow those who did R171 to be the ones that are continuing with the conversation. I wonder if Bridget is here. I'm seeing there is someone called Bambino and Renz. I wonder if it's Bridget or not. Bambino, can you please just confirm if you are Bridget or you not? There's a lady by the name of Bridget who was supposed to be here today. Do your mentee is not here. She just fell off. Can you please check up on her? I would love for her to come in as well, because I know she was on the 2023 cohort and she's done extremely well. I think she's doing her midwifery R1497 currently. Stu, okay, I think Stu is checking up on that lady. Lesotho, are you an R171 or R425?
Hi Z, I'm actually an R425.
But you're coming in to give us knowledge on pre-auth, right?
Yes.
In case, okay, so you and Stu, I think you'll go last. Yeah,
Not
yeah. Let me just have two. There are two ladies that I would like them to share on R171, and I want Ukuku to have a conversation with those
okay.
ladies.
Okay.
Maybe I should just check comments for you, Gooks,
All right.
to respond
Okay.
to. Yeah. In the meantime, until okay, I saw a comment here, Google. I'm trying to get to it. It was about if BLS. Do all agencies want people to have BLS?
I can speak specifically for nurses on call. Nurses on call, it has been now a compulsory component of it that we need to have basic life support certificates. It is offered by the agency, number one. I think right now it's 1,300 and it's actually valid for 2 years. So you will, every 2 years, you will renew your basic life support certificate. And basically it's just CPR, just knowing that you can respond in time to helping a patient in case of emergencies, or in case of a code blue where the patient is, in crisis or cardiac arrest or something like that. So
Does
yeah, so it is compulsory now. At that time, we could have they allowed us to come in, work for a week, and then get the money, and then they deducted it off our salary wages actually, and then that's how we acquired it.
but right now they want you to
They
have it.
want you to have it. Yes, they want you to have it.
Before I can stop questioning you, how did you do your CV like your first ever CV before you could start working? What experience do you include there?
Okay, so when I was applying for posts specifically, let me talk about my experiences with posts and how I was getting interviews. I would basically take out keywords in the job advert, if they wanted someone who was a team worker, take out keywords when you explain your job description and what you've done. Take out keywords, incorporate that into your CV because what's this? HR people now, they look at the keywords inside your CV to see if the skills match what they're looking for. So take out keywords. For example, I mean, it was only for units. Dose rate calculation was one of the requirements. BLS was an advantage. Certain keywords that I used from the teamwork, a leader, leadership roles and stuff like that. I mean, already I was running shifts as a locum sister. So that already for me, and I put in one of my what's this? I put in one of my unit managers as as part of my references when I started out. So that also really did help me and give me a great advantage.
There's a comment that comes in and says isiZulu asinizwa. We
The
can't.
comment that comes in is
You can't as a nurse. You can't say that as a nurse.
beg your pardon, Nezzy?
There was a comment that came in that said we need to speak isiZulu. This person can't hear English. Of course, guys. Okay. I think we are okay, right? It's mostly compulsory now. Or it's mostly computerized now. The system checks for keywords in your Lisa, are you saying they are now using application tracking system? Are all institutions using the application tracking system? I want to give Stu's mentee. I forgot her name. Mshibe. Kuku, are you back?
No, I'm back now.
Okay. I was already giving over to your next person, to your second speaker, who is Mshibe, Sister Mshibe. I hope I'm pronouncing the same name properly. She's also an R171. Maybe she should introduce herself, right?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, babe. I heard that you are having network issues, but you can go ahead
There's a
and share.
storm here, Kwanongoma, guys. It's showing me flames. But anyway, Sister Luthuli here, Slee. Um, I am Imentiga, Sister Mchunu. So, just to give a brief overview of my journey with R171 Department of Health. So, you'll just stop me if you can't hear me anymore, since your network is showing me flames.
I can hear you. I'm sure everyone can hear you as well. We might have lost her, right? Or you didn't lose me, right? Yeah, I think we might have lost her, guys. I wonder where is this girl, Bridget? Pink Cat, are you an R171 graduate? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you now. I had
Okay.
muted your mic, Huskies.
No, can you elaborate what do you mean by R?
Oh, R171 is the regulation of the new diploma.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay. I just let me just check. Bambino, is it Bambino? Bambino, do you want to say something? Are you an R171? Where are my R171s? Come on. Kuku, I'm looking for my R171s.
I'm not seeing them as well,
Because I
actually, on
want
my
them to
side.
speak from experience, man. Before I can give my mates. These ones are my mates. They are my mates. So I need them to speak from experience, before I can hand over to my mates. She's back.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Please just let me know when you can't hear me. Oh, it's
We
it's
can hear you, babe. Can you
it's
hear us?
I can hear you as well. It just keeps on cutting, but I'll try and just be brief about anything.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard me introduce myself. So, mina ngusli Luthuli, so Sister Luthuli. And as you said, I am Imentiga Sister Mchunu Usdu. Oh, that's my sister. So, my journey with R171, I was a part of Group 1 2020 at Addington Nursing College under KwaZulu-Natal College of Nursing. So we were part of the first three campuses that introduced the R171 course. Um, I don't even know. I don't even know where to start, but yeah, it was difficult, especially with first year, where we ended up studying online for the first 6 months because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the course progressed, second year was fine. That's when we were getting the hang of things. And by third year, it clicked that the year is almost over, the course is almost over, sorry, and now we need to start asking questions. So my group mates and I think Ustu will also remember. Oh, we were problematic. We were problematic. KwaZulu Natal College of Nursing would get emails from us left, right, and center because we had a challenge with our contract in the sense that the contract stated that ComServe was going to be available to us
Yeah.
post the end of the course, of which obviously that didn't happen. When we questioned it and they pulled back the contract, it now said community service subject to available funded posts. So we signed it. Oh, this is going to get me in trouble. We signed the contract twice. The second time we signed it, We were unaware why they were giving us the contract again for us to sign, but we signed it. And now it was written subject to available funded posts. The year ended, nothing. We were told there was going to be a board exam. Board exam, like what is a board exam? We knew nothing about the board exam. When we started the course, KZNCN came from head office. We took pictures with them. You guys are going to be the first cohort of the new generation of nurses. R171. Way, nothing. So the year ended. That was in 2022, my final year. We was scheduled to write the board exam in May of 2023. So we studied not even knowing what we were studying because we hadn't written a SANC exam. So we studied any and everything, wrote the SANC exam in May, waited for, I don't even know how long it was, but it was quite a long time that we waited for them to register us. I think it was about a week or two prior to graduation, and graduation was in September. So fast forward, I graduated. Um, by the time I went to graduation, Stu was on my case. Go to Cape Town. Go to Cape Town. Go to Cape Town.
Mm,
And that's exactly what I did. Graduation was on the 28th of September. The
mm.
30th of September, I was on a flight to Cape Town. She organized living arrangements for me. So I went there, clued up on what to do. And, I just want to speak about Cape Town, like
Wait,
briefly.
wait, wait, wait. When you are saying clued up about what to do, how did you get clued up? Did Stu,
Yes, yes. It was mainly Ustu
she
who
prepped?
she prepped me. She prepped me along with one of my lecturers as well, Miss Solwandle. They prepped me to go to Cape Town. So
Okay.
when I arrived there, I knew which agencies to go to,
Mm-hmm.
where I'd be living, which hospitals. I went there knowing what I'm going to do.
Through the
Hence, in the
support of
first
you and your lecturer.
Yes, yes, yes. They gave me like enough information about nursing agencies and everything with regards to where I was going. So I got there. Say I got there today. 2 days later, I was going to work.
Sure.
2 days later. So I arrived today. The following day, I went to a nursing agency. I think it was Almed, if I'm not mistaken, because I had a couple of nursing agencies in Cape Town. I went to Almed. They booked me. They didn't even want any orientation. That's the nice thing about Cape Town. And I'm not saying it's not nice to have orientation because
Yeah.
you need to be orientated, but you want to work,
Mm,
you'll get orientated when you get there.
mm,
Uzofika ubone nawe ukuthi wenze njani laphaya.
mm.
So I started working.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, no problem,
The
no
thing is,
problem.
I don't want to lose you and I didn't ask questions. Before you moved to Cape Town, did you do any locums in KZN?
No, no, no. I
So
didn't
it's
locum.
literally your first time working.
That was my first time working. Hence, I told you that after the board exam in May, we waited to be registered by SANC, and after registration, it was graduation on the 28th of September. 2 days later, I was in Cape Town.
Sure.
That was my first experience of even working outside of being allocated from R171 in the clinical area. So
Mm,
I started working, and one thing to note in Cape Town is that you don't just moonlight in private hospitals,
yeah.
just like in Gauteng or maybe in Durban, where it's mainly private hospitals. In Cape Town, I was moonlighting at public hospitals up until the time I left Cape Town.
Wow.
So, oh, Stu, oh, I can talk about her all day. So there was even hospitals that I went to that she had worked in. There was one sister, I remember I wanted to try out theater. I spoke to her. She had worked with Ustu. Um, the one place where I ended up working when I left before I left Cape Town is High Care. And a lot of people, like Sister Gugu was saying, a lot of people believe that specialized wards are not for R171, and we also have that fear of working in those sorts of wards. But I was working in high care when I left Cape Town. Moved from Cape Town, I went to Johannesburg. Johannesburg, I did work in Garden City for some time, and
How did
then
you move to Joburg? What did who are you going to? How did that happen? Because in Cape Town you were inspired by Ustu. So how do you move to Joburg?
okay, so my move from Cape Town to Joburg, one of the ladies we were studying R171 with had found work in Johannesburg. So when I wanted to move from Cape Town and I was still unsure, uncertain of where to go, she was like, "Come, stay with me, we'll figure it out."
Hey,
And I
my
went to
goodness.
stay with her. We
Hmm.
figured it out. We went for orientation at Netcare. I got care on training at Garden City. Um, I then went to Linksfield. There's a hospital, Netcare Hospital, Linksfield. That's where I ended up working in high care.
Hmm.
So I got a shift immediately. I think it was 2 weeks of me arriving in Johannesburg. I got a shift at Linksfield at high care, and I started working there, gained that experience, and I noticed that okay, high care is my thing. I don't like general wards because it's a bit much for me. But yeah, and then oh, I've been around. Hey, so from Johannesburg, I decided no, you know what? I want to try and move closer to home for
Hmm.
certain reasons. So I ended up in Durban, KZN. So in Durban, KZN, that is where I last worked at Parklands Hospital, which is a net care. I was working in a general ward. They didn't want any orientation from me either. Immediately, I think also within a month, I got a shift to work. I was working 5 nights on, 5 nights off at night. I was the shift leader. I can't even believe I'm saying that I was the shift leader, and I never even thought that would be something that I could be. But I was the shift leader there
Yeah.
until last year. Last year when we I received communication that there's going to be intake for the R1497 advanced diploma in midwifery.
Hmm.
When I received that communication, I was a bit confused because you know the first group to do R1497 here in KZN, they took them from the hospitals. It was seconded people. So
So it was
we
those who have R683.
yes, it was them for the first group in
Okay.
so the previous year.
Yeah.
So last year all of a sudden there's now rumors that now R171 can apply. I'm like, ah, okay, let me just apply. And I applied. And I remember texting Ustu, I was coming back from work. I was going to work, sorry. I remember texting her, I'm like, oh, I got a call from Benedictine campus. Kwanongoma. Kwanongoma. It's the Bundus, the real Bundus. They had taken me for the R1497 Advanced Diploma in Midwifery for 2025. And that is where I currently am, about to finish the course, writing exams in a week's time. And yeah, that's my journey of R171.
Um. Okay. When you were going to school, you were working for Netcare. Who's paying for you at school?
No. When I went to Netcare, I'm not sure if I understand your question, but I'll try and answer it.
So
Um,
when you are going back to school for R1497, you said you were working at Netcare, right? When you saw a post to say
yes,
you guys can apply, meaning you were not
yes.
working for DOH. DOH is not the one that is paying for you. Is DO like who's taking you to school? Are you paying your own tuition right now, or what's going on?
Okay. So, I should have also included this. So, DOH is funding my studies at the moment. DOH funded my R171 diploma. DOH is funding my R1497 advanced diploma. With R171, we received a 4,000 Rand stipend. With R1497, we still receive that 4,000 Rand stipend from DOH.
So we need to be precise and say KZN Department of Health,
yes,
right?
yes. KZN Department of Health is the one that's funding this. There's 5 of us that are direct entries, and the rest in the group are seconded from R683.
Okay.
I think I also have another question.
Yeah. You can go on.
I just want to find out, with also that being funded by the KZN Department of Health, what are the contractual obligations? Because I know with the R171, you need to pay it back by working for them for 3 years. But if they don't have a job for you, it falls off. With R1497, is there a contractual obligation as well post completion? Would they going to, I think, because also that's where also the misconception came in with the R171, whereas we were on the assumption because they're saying we are obliged to pay them back with the 3 years, we are going to be automatically absorbed into the system, you know. So what are the contractual obligations as well with the R1497? What Department of Health is it in? Are you guys going to work it back? How are you going to pay it back as well?
Yeah, there's nothing contractual that says we must pay it back. Again, that thing of available funded posts was brought back for R1497. So it still says subject to available funded posts. And the year is over, there has been no communication regarding ComServe, and that's where we're at the moment.
Okay, thank you so much, Muge.
No problem.
I think okay.
I think the last question I have for her is, didn't you have any fears of moving from one province to the other, particularly because you didn't have any financial stability?
No,
Didn't you?
they were definitely fears. They were
How did
definitely
you manage
fears.
those?
I think when you have a support system of people who've been there, people who are telling you, you know what, go for it, you're young, you have so much to offer the nursing fraternity as a whole, it gives you that oomph to say, you know what, let me go and explore. I had a problem with Cape Town because it was far from home. So I was like, you know what, let me go to Joburg. From Joburg, I'm like, let me go to Durban. And now, when I tell you, I don't have a problem with moving any and everywhere for work. Because to be honest, DOH let us down. And if you're R171, come on, you really have to do what you have to do to survive, to get work. So that's where I am with that. There were definitely fears, but support from family, support from other colleagues, support from lecturers, because they play a huge role in us really gunning for what we want to do in the nursing fraternity. And then people like you, Nursi, people like Ustu, and others who've walked the journey, who've walked different journeys, but we get motivated, and it's like, fear for what? Fear for what, honestly?
Yeah.
I think also I'm seeing on the comment section here. I think I just wanted to find out. You were part of the 2020 cohort, right, Muge?
Yes.
Was it overlooked? Because I know with advanced midwifery, one of the requirements is actually 2 years experience. Was that part overlooked, and that's how you guys were part of the intake?
No. That part wasn't overlooked. I think that part relates to the seconded people who are going to be taken to do the R171 course, as opposed to us. We as direct entries, that didn't count for us. We just applied, we got taken. I had no experience in nursing. I just got taken.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. I think also Mholi in one of the comments mentioned Uguti, they were also part of the 2020 cohort, and they're currently in Cape Town. In ICU. So I think maybe up next it could be Umholi.
Okay. Thank you so much, my baby. I'm very proud of you. I think you do know that, right? Even though I don't comment much on TikTok, but I'm proud and I see you. Okay. Thank
Thank
you
you,
also for
sis.
making time to be here. I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Muhuli, the chairperson says it's your turn to take the mic before I go to the OGs, which are the R425. Usdu ulapu petiswazi, guys. Uzonbeta. Muhuli, can you please switch on your mic and share with us how it's like to be in Cape Town? How did you get there? Yongelando. Let me switch it
Hello
on for you.
everybody, Njani,
Siyaphila.
Tiapila. So good night. I'm Sister Moholi. It sounds so nice saying it. Guys, I've been in Cape Town for 9 years now. I studied in Durban for my Kara course and ENA course at Natal Settlers. And then in 2016, I came to Cape Town. I joined Charisma and Nurses on Call, but I was lucky. Netcare employed me within the first 2 months that I was in Cape Town in 2016. So I got into Netcare in December time. There was no agency work at that time. It was very difficult and there was a lot of challenges. The barrier of Afrikaans and English, they would write in the codex, all those things, you know. There was a lot going on. There was a point where I thought, I'm not going to survive. I want to go back home. I'm from KZN originally. So I thought, I want to go home. I can't. I had one prayer. I need to go study or go home and go study something else and drop nursing. God was good. They introduced R171. We got notifications. It's time to apply. I wrote a letter to the matron. I wrote an application, a motivational letter, why I want to be selected by Netcare Education. Okay, hamburger kokoput. And then I requested to study further. God's grace, I got in. I did an interview. I wrote a skills test, and I wrote. There was some, these tests where they test your IQ as well. And then I had a video camera interview where you speak into the camera and say why you want to become a registered nurse, blah, blah, blah. And then I passed everything and I got through and I started at Netcare Education.
In Cape Town.
And in nursing, now when you study nursing, yes, in Cape Town, there will always be life challenges, right? There will always be things that the world will test you, Nji, to see if you are fit enough to be a nurse. Sharp. I went in, I studied, life happened. 2021, when we started in 2020, we were January's intake, right? And then in March, we were locked down. So we had to do online learning. So this thing called Big Blue Button was used for us to study. We studied through that. We went through, they gave us data for the first few weeks, first few months. Then they realized, this thing is expensive. We cannot be paying these kids data, and some of them are earning a salary. So I was still getting my salary, but without the benefits, right? So the main benefit was just my pension and my medical aid. So I was still studying like that. So I studied, we ended up buying our own data. We all had to have laptops because with Big Blue Button, you have to open your cameras at some point, right? So that you can interact in the classroom. Some of the exams we wrote online. It was lucky for me. I am tech savvy. So if for people that were not tech savvy, you would struggle a lot because you had to do presentations online. And one thing I'm grateful for is that Netcare Education was on par with everything. So our contracts were that you owe them time back if you are studying through them. They also had self-funders, and we were placed in hospitals, right? So originally in my hospital, they kept everything the same. It's just that every month I would have to rotate through different wards. So we went back to campus around November. September was just a few days. October was just a few days. We went back to online. Then November, they put us back into the units, right? Then the levels of lockdown started hitting. So we spent the most of 2021 in lockdown, and there was a big taxi war that happened, and I was pregnant at the time, so I spent a lot of time at home. So online classes were the thing to do, right, sharp. Then I had to be extended. So I had to extend myself to the following year. So I had to stop my second year in second semester and fall through the following year. And then the changes came. Now there are no semesters. All the modules are now a year module. So you can't um, continue where you left off. So I had to do one module, I had to do other modules, finish them, and wait for the one that I couldn't complete because I eventually failed it with all the problems I was having. So then I had to extend another year. The last year that I extended to was to do the module that I failed the previous year. So you had to wait to join the next group. And I eventually graduated on Thursday, guys.
As in
Thursday
like
of
last.
yesterday.
Oh,
As in yesterday. My graduation was like last the 9th of October this year.
congratulations, sister. So wait, but
Thank
then
you.
for you, does it mean you have to look for employment? I mean, I'm assuming because
No, I am employed by Netcare. So I joined an agency called VNA. Thank you so much, guys. That agency pays you the next day, and you work in Mediclinic hospitals, live hospitals, and things like that. So they were so kind because I already have experience from my own hospital. I was placed in theater, so I work in recovery and I do anesthetics, right?
what's the name of
So
the
it's
agency?
VNA agency. VNA
Okay,
agency. It's
okay.
blue and red. It's on Facebook everywhere. They are very good. They do have also offices in KZN, and they've been like, guys, since there's this one lady in the agency who has been looking after me so well. So when they say R171 does not go to specialized units, I guess that's not true. It's true according to SANC, but when there's a need in that hospital, they will put you there. Because I do anesthetics and recovery at the moment. All right. So I got there. I started working in theater last year, November. I was introduced to theater on my last rotational month. I got there, too good at what I do. People were like, no, we want to keep you. So I wrote a motivational letter so that it doesn't seem like it's a favoritism because I've been employed here for so many years. You understand? Because the other students were placed in medical wards, so they put me in that theater, and I worked, and I work in ICU as well. So my overtimes are in maternity and ICU. I do not locum in the ward. I don't. So with VNA, they took my CV and my experience and my time and my current employment, and they put me in recovery and also in ICUs in other units in that other hospitals that I locum in. So I actually have a privilege to be able to work in specialized units. So my point is in all this, guys, as a registered nurse, you studied hard, and with this new curriculum, things are difficult because everyone thinks you had little time to study, so you're not fit enough to be a registered nurse. Because people with experience think a registered nurse is someone with 4 years and this and this. But trust yourself, be confident in what you have learned and the hard work that you have put in to achieve where you are at the current moment. And be confident when you are in front of your patient. Be kind to your patient. Be kind to your patients. Be kind to your patients, guys,
Louder.
because that is the only thing that will make you feel like you are doing the right thing. That is the only thing that will remind you that the oath that you took was worth it. It doesn't matter what your colleagues say. It doesn't matter who is. Okay, I've shift leaded in an ICU high care. There are staff nurses who are more qualified in a sense that they have more experience, right?
Yeah.
Don't let those white epaulets scare you. Those are legacy causes, people who have been employed or working as nurses for ages. But Mediclinic says a staff nurse does not do IVs or give IV medication. So you're this tiny little new girl with these new, brand new epaulets coming, and you watching over these people and saying, I'm the sister, you can't do this, you must do that. Don't be shy, stand your ground, lay your law, and they must just know that you know what it is that you do. And guys, don't hesitate to download apps and download things that will help you advance your knowledge. Know your ECGs, do your BLS, because the one thing we're struggling is they don't want us to do BLS. They're not giving us time, and it's expensive to do BLS on your own, to find a private company that will make you do BLS. A registered nurse is not working with the CPR certificate, you need your BLS. And when you get your BLS and it's time to renew it, do your ACLS. And that is the door that will open you to doing specialized units, because in specialized units, you must know BLS. So that's my take on the journey of becoming a newly qualified R171. But I don't want to lie, I have 14 years of experience in nursing. I started nursing straight after high school. So with that experience, and my experience has only been in private, I've only been a netcare baby. So guys, try. Come to Cape Town, but don't expect glitz and glam. It's hard work. It's less hours of sleep. It's expensive to stay here. It's hard to get shifts because as agency workers, when we're with other people who come to work in our units for the first time and we are permanent, we are mean to people. I wish people would stop being mean to people who are new into the facility. There is no need to be mean and harsh and be treating people otherwise. Be helpful, be kind, and show people around. I feel like the older nurses are just bitter because we are R171. It's
I
the
want to
older ones
also
that are
come in
bitter.
there. I want to come in there and say, Uboni commented, I think it's Boni, she said, just trying to catch that comment. Those white epaulets nurses teach us a lot. I don't think she was saying we should disregard their existence or the experience that they have, but I think she was
Not,
saying,
but also,
as a new grad nurse who probably doesn't have experience at all, also be able to like stand your ground pertaining to what you know when it comes to some regulations and the scope of practice and that. Like, don't let people do as they please, because when you are a new grad with just clean, uh, brand new epaulets, yeah.
exactly. That's what I mean.
I
Yes,
quickly
guys.
I quickly want to go to Bridget, Sister Muhuli. I'm sorry to cut you short. I have a lot of people here on the panel, and I want to make sure that I give all of them a chance. I quickly want to go to Bridget, and then I think Gugu, we can then take the R425 people. That is Lesego, Do, I think, and Pink Cat. Bridget is actually the person that I've been trying to locate and looking for. She reached out to my DM. I actually posted a DM of a young lady who was saying, Nezzy, I've never worked in conventional nursing because of the fact that she also didn't get a DOH job. Let me just hand over to her. Hi, Bree. Your volume is so low. I'm not sure why. Are you on what do you call it? Headsets? I hear you from afar. It sounds like you're under a blanket. You okay? Okay. I can hear her, guys. I wonder if you guys are able to hear her.
No, actually, I can't hear a thing, to be honest. I can't hear her at all.
Yeah, I wanted this girl to come in so bad. But she's saying her phone is giving her a hard time, so she's using headsets. I know headsets tend to do this when it comes to TikTok. Bridget,
Yeah,
isn't
even in the comment section, Batabamuzwa, they can't hear.
Bridget, isn't there a phone that you can use to come in? Oh man, I literally when the TikTok started, I asked, "Is Bridget here? Is Bridget here?" Because I really wanted you to talk, and actually I needed you to talk before Lisoho can come in. Please try to get a phone. We need you. Yeah, she's saying her phone is giving her a hard time. I can hear you when I do this, and everyone else seems not to be able to hear you. Okay, okay, okay. Maybe we should then move probably. But then it would have been lovely for you to speak. Then Leseho comes in as like an expert of that particular field that you. Or maybe I should go to Usdu. I think maybe I should go to Usdu in the meantime while you try and figure out. Stu, come in.
Ima yangena-ke intombi yomZulu.
Uh, Kaume Stu.
Okay, it's fine. Is Bridget winning? If she's winning with Bridget, then she can talk first.
Okay, is everyone able to hear me now?
Yes, Bridget, then you can talk. Okay, I'll come later, Z.
Carry on, Bridget. Kobega, I think Z has lost a bit of network that side.
Oh,
Suga Kobega, Bridget.
okay. My name is Bridget, everyone. With my journey, like Gugu said, I'm also part of the 2020 group. Um, as as Sister Z mentioned, I've never worked bedside before. When we were waiting for to write the board exam, I applied for pre-authorization work with a medical aid company, but I did not get that job. However, they offered us an internship with the same company while we're still waiting to write the board exam. So we went on the internship program to work for 3 months. And when we got registered, they moved us to pre-authorization. So with pre-authorization, I'd like to encourage everyone to apply, even without Batin experience, because when you get there, there's really training. They start you from the bottom up. The training is at least 3 months. So you get to sit with people who've been doing it even before you get to do the actual work. There's programs that they put you on. So you don't really need to have experience to get into pre-authorization. So I worked into also the disease risk management program. Into that chronic, so you follow up on chronic patients. It's just for callbacks and everything like that. So I did that as well, and I think a few months working into the company, they moved me again. Oh, it was to answer the question, but which medical aid? It was a medical aid administrator, EPPS. You can look it up. So they moved me again. Ngaya site case 171 Asinayo Isaac. So it was a bit overwhelming when I started in it because I did not have the site background. When I got into it, there was basically the person who was doing it Begaham. So I had to take over from that, which was very, very overwhelming. But you know what, guys? You ask questions when you get into a space like that. It helped me a lot. I would always consult with each and every case in Yenza. They moved me again to oncology. It's highly specialized oncology case management. Nakona, I maintained the same attitude, ask questions, whatever training they book me for, I would also go. So I could say corporate guys, it's not a thing you need experience from wherever. When you get into that space, they train you, they start you from the bottom, like I said. Um, I worked with the company for like a year. So I started applying to, and so I applied to Mediclinic for case management. Um, they started with the callback Bangbiza for reassessment. So the assessment is basically all the, I could say, basic questions then listing from that's in the everything. It's including the midwifery. We don't have midwifery, but it's basic questions that when you have that clinical knowledge and background, you could answer them. You don't even have to study because it's not. They don't go that deep. As long as you know your basics. I did that assessment. I passed it, and then they called me for the interview. That was last year in November.
Are you still there, Bridget?
Yes, I'm still here. Are you able to hear me?
Okay, now you're back. Okay, now I can.
Okay.
Are you
Can you
done?
say
I think people were just, some of them are commenting, Wuti, I must just give them a summary of how what your journey was, because they can't really hear you, but I can hear you. So I think you said that you had said, Wuti, when you qualified, you applied, but then you didn't get taken, ne? And then you got a 3 month, I mean, after 3 months, you got an internship, ne?
Uh, yes, I applied to, someone mentioned PPS. That's why I applied at. But
Okay.
since we're still waiting, yeah, to write the board exam, I was not successful in that contractor pre-authorization. So we got into an internship program.
Oh,
It was
okay,
up,
okay.
yes. So we accepted the internship program, and then after the registration, that's when they moved us to pre-authorization and all
Okay.
of that. Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, so it was prior to board exams, you guys applied and then you got into the internship because you had not gotten your license yet. And then from there, you moved way up to pre authorization. From your pre authorization journey, you moved into case management, which you were predominantly in the psych area, right?
Yes, I was moved to psych, but that was like for about 5 months. So I was
Okay.
doing psych
Okay.
case management, yes, and then they moved me after that to oncology case management.
Okay. Okay. No, I was just giving people an update on because some of them said they can't hear you, so they were just asking for a brief summary on what you had said. All right. Thank you so much, Bridget. And then from there, right now, where are you currently based?
Okay, currently I'm doing case management, but with Mediclinic.
Oh, with Mediclinic. So you moved from the PBS to Mediclinic now.
To Mediclinic, yes, I started in April of
All
this
right.
year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. And were there specific requirements when you had applied?
Am I back?
You are back, Miss
Yeah.
Z. Don't
Can people
worry.
hear me now? Okay. I also actually have a question for Bridget because I was gone. But my question was, how did you know about the medical aid space and what made you apply or what made you think that you qualified before you could even write your board exam?
Okay, I did not know that I qualified. So I had a friend who was working pre-authorizations in pre-authorization there in the company. So she sent me the link. So I just applied, just hoping for the best. However, when they called me, I told them that I'm not registered with SANC, but I was willing Guti, once I'm registered to continue with them. So they said they can't put me in pre-authorization since I'm not registered, but they had an internship program that they said I could apply for. So I applied for that instead.
Okay. Okay. I needed to ask that because I don't know if you had already mentioned it or not. I caught your narration, Ikuba. I was amazed by you in the DMs, hence I gave you my number so that I can speak to you. Can hear, please summarize. Oh, I thought you guys can hear her. So I was, she's saying that she applied because a friend of hers that was working in that space sent her a link and said, someone says we can hear. Can she share the application link? Mini, I think it's like it's not something that happened recently, because she's not even in that position anymore. She's in a different position. And the reason I was asking when Nukba, how did she know, or where did she get like the application, the call for application? But I think Lesotho can come in and share all of that. But yeah, Gugu, that's the only question I had for
Okay.
Bridget. Ukuba, how
Okay.
no, yeah.
So I think Lesotho can come in. Bridget, are you okay? Are you done?
Yes. If there's
Okay,
still
no.
any questions, let me. I just want to answer a few questions here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, Bridget. Don't go anywhere, because you still need to take the questions.
Okay.
Just maybe you can go through the questions while Lesotho speaks. Hey.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Lesotho.
Hi guys. Before Bridget goes,
If
just to help us understand what's the pre-authorization, can Bridget just answer this question? Bridget, can you please just explain the difference between the pre-authorization? You said you did pre-authorization, you did the case management with the insurance, and you also did case management with the hospital. So those are three different roles. Can you please just give a brief summary of what was the different what were you doing in these different roles?
Okay. So with pre-authorization, you're basically the first contact when maybe clients of the medical aid or hospitals call, when they call for authorization, maybe for hospital admissions or day cases and things like that. They first start with pre-authorization. And then with case management, it's basically reviewing most of the cases that have been loaded by pre-authorization. So with me, the space that I was in is psych and oncology. So in psych, um, it's reviewing admissions or for in psych facilities or outpatient cases. And then with oncology, it's basically we received a treatment plan for cancer, radiation, and things like that. And then we just review whether they're appropriate against the funding options. So case management is mostly just about managing the funding. And then with pre-authorization, it's just reviewing cases in terms of whether they're eligible as well for funding, but at the first line basis. It's case management is much deeper than that. So yeah, I could say that's the difference. And with hospital case management, it's basically the opposite of what we do in medical aid. So
Mm-hmm.
I could say with my routine at the hospital, the first thing that I do, like the stats for how also use to check patients' condition and determine whether the ones need to be downgraded to the ward or high care, or the ones that need to be upgraded. And then we take all of the patient's information, and then we send all the clinical information to the medical scale, to the medical aid scheme funding. So that's basically what we do in hospital. And then that's where the case manager in the what's in the medical aid comes in. They review the and then it's a bit between the two types.
Much, Bridget. Okay, hi guys. So I am a pre-authorization agent. I am R175, served in 2020. Before I get into my role, I just wanted to share a story. This is actually from 171 graduate. So she graduated in 2023, and she then started locuming. Her name is Sister Shivombo. She actually gave me permission to share her story. So she graduated in 2003, then started working locum at Life Hospital. And then when she was working at Life, she was like, she was just like, she was not happy with bedside nursing. So she was like, okay, what's an alternative? What can I do? And I think we all know how difficult locum is. So she just wanted an alternative. So then she realized there was a role at the hospital, which was case management, which is what Bridget is currently doing. And with that, she didn't have obviously much experience. It was just those couple of months she was locuming. So she actually went to the hospital case managers and asked them, what do I do and how do I get in this role? So they were like, you can apply and, but she was like, I don't have experience. So she started then job shadowing with the case managers. So she was like, it was very hard because she was not getting paid for it. So she job shadowed for like 3 months without getting paid. And then she got her first interview. She didn't actually get accepted with the first interview, but it gave her the light of what would she would expect in terms of questions when it comes to case management. So when she moved from that, she then got her second interview, and in a period of 4 months, she was now a hospital case manager, and she's a 171. And we all know there was no conserve. Yeah, so I was very just shocked by her story. I was like, what, you're a case manager and you've only been qualified for a couple of months. So I was very, amazed by her story. So guys, 171, I'd like to say that cohort is doing amazing things. Like, I'm so shocked by how willing and the steps they are taking in terms of their career. And then there was another guy currently. This is actually my friend. He's also one part of the 171 group. So with him, he started with the agencies. So guys, agencies, you go far with agencies. Like, there are so many agencies. She's busy currently in Joburg. It's SD Recruitment, and we also have Fianda. So those are the two agencies he's currently using. And then, hey, there was a lot of back and forth with this, with a lot of people, with a lot of nurses. Nurses were fighting me with this, nah. It's the WIP nursing. So a lot of nurses were like, WIPS doesn't pay and I understand, but I just feel like it's an alternative to being at home and you're exposing yourself and you're networking. So guys, WIPS agency is another agency. It's for travel nursing. With travel nursing, mostly what you do, you work with insurances, you work with medical aids, nah? And with that, you go and you do health assessment. And they also need you to be tech savvy, obviously, because you'll be capturing a lot of information on a tablet or a computer to send back to them. So it's health assessments. And I just need to say this. If you want to get into the private sector, you need to put yourself out there. You need to be willing to take those jobs that don't pay because you are exposing yourself, you are networking. I currently have from WIPS is that for the wellness side, so you're 170, but I'm not sure about the travel nursing. They do give like a commission for your petrol, the traveling side. So I'm not sure about that, but I know with the wellness side, they are paying 170. And WIPS actually contacted me and they said they know currently they have a whole lot of applications. So if they haven't gotten back to you, just be patient.
Guys, are you losing me?
You can't hear me. Are you having trouble hearing me? Okay, yeah. So with WIPS, guys,
I'm actually asking if are they
can you guys hear me?
We're losing Nazizi.
Oh,
Can you
it's
hear us?
Nazi.
okay?
Yeah. So guys, with WIPS,
If I'm the problem, then it's fine.
okay. So with WIPS, guys, my friend actually got called his interviews this week, and then one of the ladies who also applied, she got a response in like a couple of days. So the reason I'm also sharing that, guys, so with me, I've been in 3 different roles that are alternative to nursing. So like I said, now I'll share my story. So I'm an R425 group. So with us, we were actually one of the groups who were not going to get absorbed after ComServe. So I know the whole story about going to sleep, go Commissioner Street. It was the whole thing. So with us, what happened was we got was at Charlotte Mac. We actually got placed. I didn't know, are we permanent or not? What happens after COVID? So I started using agencies. So one of PLE, ma'am. PPLE in Joburg right now. I know I tried to contact them a couple of weeks ago. They're not active, but in Cape Town, because I lived in Cape Town for some time, in Cape Town they are very active. So if you're in Cape Town, PPLE works with both government and private. So with me at the time, they placed me for COVID, what you call vaccines, and we were under Discim. So when we started doing the vaccines, they paid very well at that time, and that's actually how I got into my role at Discam as a primary health care practitioner at Discam. So that's how I got in via an agency. And that's why I always say it's important when it comes to agencies, because it's actually a way in when it comes to private, into the private sector. So I got accepted at, yeah. So one of the roles, guys, definitely Discam clicks. They're looking for registered nurses. I know nurses, I'm not sure about the 171 group, but they do take you for a lot of training inside and certificates, your BLS, your primary, your what you call vaccine certificates. They do that once you in the company. So that's what I did. And then when I left them, I then went and I was a virtual nurse with a private company. It was an EAP company. So with virtual nursing, basically it's over the phone. I would call the clients, they would tell me their symptoms. I would prescribe. If I feel hore, I cannot prescribe for that patient, I then I then refer the patient to a doctor. We had our own doctors. So that's another role you guys can look into, virtual nursing. With that one, I got it on LinkedIn. I actually just searched on LinkedIn, and that's how I got the role. And then my third role is currently what I'm doing, which goes back to what Bridget is doing. So I am a pre-authorization nurse at Afrocentric. So with pre-authorization, we do exactly that. We take calls and then we basically approve or decline depending on your benefits when it comes to whether it's an admission, a surgical procedure for the company, because it's like it doesn't have its own medical aid. So there's different medical aids there. There's GEMS, there's POLMIT, there's Fed Health. Think of a medical aid that's there, except for Discovery, but it's there. So that's what I love about Afrocentric. It's a very huge company and they always have opportunities. And like Bridget said, when I was doing my training, we had people from 171, we had newly qualified nurses. So definitely you guys should look into pre-authorization. It has to do with medical aid. I was also a bit resistant to go into it because, I felt like I'd always wanted to go bedside, but I struggled a lot because I just felt like there wasn't much growth there. Hence, I moved into pre-authorization. And like Bridget said, there's a lot of growth opportunities. Like you get promoted. I know people who changed roles in 3 to 6 months, and I'm not applying because I'm new there, so I'm still trying to get an idea of what I'm doing. But as soon as I'm comfortable with pre-authorization, I'm definitely looking into case management. And what the private industry, there are so many roles. I think you guys have seen my videos. I talk about underwriting. Underwriting, you can go straight into it. Yes, there's some companies, pure authorization allows you to work from home. I also know with the basement people, with the underwriting, they're working from home. With also pre-authorization, you will work in the office for a couple of months and then they take you from home. With my company, I'm currently working in office as a with pre-authorization. But once I move into other roles like case management, quality assurance, they work from home. So yes, most of the roles in what you call in the medical aid industry, corporate nursing, a lot of people are working from home. So another thing I just wanted to note are the different companies you guys can apply to. There's Unity, there's Affinity, there's KEMEF, there's Gayelo, there's the Road Accident Fund. With Road Accident Fund, it's the same thing, guys. Like, think of anything that has to do with what you call anything that needs medical assessment. We as nurses can do it. And a lot of people are like, is it like I've always said, it's not just registered nurses. I'm working with enrolled nurses, there's auxiliary nurses. So if you're newly qualified, you definitely can get into the role. So there's Road Accident Fund, there's RMA, there's PPS, there's FEM, there's discovery. The bigger, what I love about bigger companies, guys, they're willing to take newly qualified nurses and train them. They're willing to take us without experience. Because with the smaller companies, they'll say they really want experience. But when it comes to the bigger companies, your Afrocentrics, your discoveries, they're willing to take you without experience because they're big and they can go and take you for training. So, guys, think of a medical insurance, think of anything that needs. That's why the Road Accident Fund was also into another. Banks are actually taking nurses. Capitec, FNB, they're looking for nurses. And I got the role, I think I just wanted to find the name of this role. I spoke about it the other day. I just forgot it. But let me just quickly find the roles for you guys that we do. But it's pre-authorization, it's case management, it's underwriting, it's I actually made a list. But yeah, guys, there's a lot for us nurses out there. I'm not sure about the locum claims assessor. Thank you, Didi. Claims assessor. Those are the roles that we can also get into when it comes to, because when it comes to the roles that we would play when it comes to the banks. Remember, banks also now offer like your life insurances. So for them to actually approve that, they need medical, a medical consultant, which that's where us nurses come in to say, yes, definitely, this person has cancer, stage man, because I'm gonna they send through the medical reports. So you'll be able to assess that histology report, that radiology report to say, yes, this person is claiming for this. And when I check the medical records, it does align with what they are claiming for. That's how we get into banks and, the insurances and. So yes, guys, now on my side, I feel like I've said a mouthful. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you, Seho. I don't know. I caught you while you were talking, but I do think you and I will need to do a one-on-one. But let's talk about it bilateral. Ne?
Okay, not a problem, definitely. Thank you guys.
Brooks, over to you.
I think Ukunadi is online now. I don't know, maybe do you want to go to R425 or do we move to Hunadi or?
Yeah, I think you must give the people that were here like an opportunity to
Okay.
continue. It's funny. Let me tell you what's funny. Like when we started the live, someone, I think it was Lerato, commented and said, "Where is Hunadi? Why are you guys not bringing Hunadi?" And I don't know if I responded through a text saying she's late. She's gonna.
Yeah, you did,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like we love Hunadi here. Like she always closes our lives, so that's why I'm putting her at the end. And I know that it's
Nope.
unfair because she was not part of this conversation. She doesn't know how it transpired and all of that. But I think she's used to it now. I always just throw her into the deep end. So let's put her at the end. She's gonna speak once you are done with everyone that's here.
All right. And I think up next, I think we will have Usto. Yeah, I think Stu, you can come in on the live and then just introduce yourself, introduce the course that you did and what year, and then you can take it from there.
Hi guys. Okay, so uStu Wakamkhunu from KZN, Sister Stu as Uslindi has said. Okay, so I am an R425 graduate. Currently a full-time student at Stellenbosch University, doing my doing my postgraduate diploma in perioperative nursing. Okay, all right. So I'm mainly here, guys, to I think what made me want to join this live is that comment section Yazi on the other day that kept on saying they want to hold the government accountable. I think that's the point that I said, you know what, let me just join this live, even though I'm an OG and all of that. But yeah, guys, you can hold the government accountable, but do not wait for the government. You do not wait for the government. Why are you waiting for the government when you have a qualification at SENC? Why are you waiting for the government, guys? And I don't know, because I think a lot of you have seen me on these posts, and I always advocate for moving, relocating. I always tell people, guys, you can even DM me and ask me. I've created a family here in Cape Town. People who want accommodation. You call them guys in townships. You get there. First day you put your stuff. Second day you go to the agency. I'm telling you, by the third day you are called by the agency you're working. It doesn't matter if you're an R71, R169, R174, R425, R683. Guys, Cape Town, you will work. As long as you're a nurse and you're registered at SENG, you will work.
People must not feel sorry for themselves, my friend, right?
If I tell you, I think we were doing second year or third year when KZN revised our contract, as Umuge had said, or would say it's going to be subject to availability of posts. I don't know, maybe I've been too ambitious from back then, because I remember that day when we were told to sign. A part of me, at the back of my mind, I was like, maybe this is a good thing, because it means I won't be tied to DOH for 4 years. I can do whatever.
Yeah.
I can go wherever after 4 years. I'm not forced to, I must work for them for 4 years. Like, why should I work for them? Even if I don't want to work for them, why must I be tied to them?
You saw it as freedom.
Yes, I saw it as freedom. Because I had this thing, I'm seeing sisters, they're working for 10 years, they don't even have a specialty. Am I going to be one of those people? I don't want to be one of those people. So when my concept ended in March, we created a group. That is March 2022. We created a WhatsApp group, all the KZN graduates. Now we are fighting in that group. We want DINOSA to fight for us, you know. People who know me in that group, they'll tell you I've been vocal since then. Asking them, why are you staying in KZN? Because KZN is not doing you any favors. Why are you staying in KZN? I moved to Cape Town in April. In May, I got a contract post at Cape Bremer Theatre. I worked in that Cape Bremer Theatre. In October, DOH called me. When they called me, I told them that, oh, it's fine, I'm going to accept your post. But bear in mind, our contract said if you do not place us or absorb us within 60 days post-concept, guys, it's very important to know your policies and documents and where you are not your signature. Please know those things. I told Mr. Kalu, you said within 60 days, we shall not owe each other anything. So if you're offering me a post, I will take it, but know that I don't owe you anything.
It's on different terms now.
Yes, it's on different terms now. And I took the job, went back home, continued in theatre. I resigned last year because I wanted to start, and I knew they were not going to send me to start.
Yeah.
I took my GAPF money, and I'm starting at Stellenbosch. I work part-time, like locums, AED, because I think during my time here, when I was still like under contract, under my agencies a lot, I familiarized myself with the ED, you know, and also during ComServe, so I'm comfortable in emergency department. Yeah. So, in fact, in any ward I can work. It's not just I'm theatre orientated. Yeah, Where to from here, Z?
Are you?
Course is ending.
The course is ending. I wanted to.
Course is ending.
Uh,
Course is ending. I'm writing exams in the end of October.
are you heading back to
Mind you.
Cameroon?
Ndofunani lapho, ngazibani lapho. Where am I going to after this? The plan is overseas, but also at the same time, I want to come back and be a clinical facilitator. I want to facilitate these kids.
Yeah.
I want to be them. I want to be with them, for them, so that they can see it's, you don't have to be in a box, guys. Get out of that box. And I'm so glad.
Tell them that I bullied you for months into a master's degree, and now
I'm gonna take a break for a year, and then of course it's me and masters. Yeah, but I just want to tell them, guys, get out of that box, please. Nursing is so diverse. It's as you can see, it's not just clinical roles, it's non-clinical roles, and people are really thriving. They are thriving out there. Like I was telling, somebody was asking about the about salary, yeah, case manager, guys. Oh, yeah, when you look at people's salaries in the private space, you want to shoot yourself as a government nurse because you're like, Haibo, what is this that the government is offering me? And then you see people crying to work for government. Government doesn't respect nurses. They don't appreciate nurses. So that's my story. And yeah.
I really hope what do you call it? SG Lawrence students are here. I know they mad at me and they probably feel like that nurse is trashy. But I hope they are here and they listened to you guys. I really hope that they are here. I know Bara and other campuses are probably here, but I'm more concerned of SG Lawrence because they feel like if UH does not show up for them, then Kupedi just like that.
I see somebody is asking me about how did I move to Cape Town. Okay, there was a guy that I was doing comserve with. He had like got a contact from where he was placed, I think in one of the outpatients departments, and he connected me with that lady. And that lady, I always say to her, I'm forever indebted to her because she offered me in her room with her without even knowing me, And when I tell people, when I help people to come this side, I always remind them that whatever that I'm doing for you, please do it for the next person.
Yes, very important.
When you come to Cape Town, you come here and you create a community. Create a community, network yourself. Guys, as nurses, you need to love each other. Guys, we are all nurses. There's no need for us to. We are on different pathways. We will not maybe get something in the layout at the same pace, but we are all here to help each other. Be nice, be kind to each other. If you are able to accommodate somebody in your space, please do so. That person won't stay forever. Maybe just for that 1 month, nearly cross and down or whatever. And trust me, for the second week, that person will be earning money. So where is the problem, really? We are Pegisa, Rumu and stuff. And yeah, life continues and goes on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, my friend. I truly, truly appreciate you. You've been in this page ever since I started using it. And year in, year out, you pour yourself every single time.
I think from you we can take a lot, and I think with you doing this, I've seen a side of me that I never knew. But you know what? Maybe I want to facilitate people. Maybe I want to have my mentees under me, like Unezi has, her mentees. Like, I mean, we also all are your mentees, because we are doing this as we are learning from you. Yabo. So I want to create that space. Let me continue. Let me help whoever that wants to help, whether it's directly in terms of maybe I'm the clinical facilitator, or even here on TikTok on the social space. And yeah, I think that's what we need as nurses. And we need that. We're not those grumpy old nurses. Guys, that space is over. We are young nurses. We're supposed to help each other. Those mean matrons and whatever, guys, we're not those people, guys. We are young. We are supposed to love each other. We must love our patient, but most importantly, also love each other as colleagues. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Books, where are we going now? At some point, I was.
I think we're going to move to is it Pink Cat, if I'm not mistaken. What did we do? Oh, we did Pink Cat, right?
I missed her. Oh my God, because I wanted to hear what was she going to talk about, but
Oh
it's
no, I
okay.
think we can. I think we didn't do Pink Cat actually. We didn't. We can go back to her and then we'll have Uhunad and maybe just like a few questions and then we will. I mean, word of the night. I mean, we'll take final words from everyone, I guess, and
Okay.
then yeah.
But if I missed her, it's okay. I can always watch on YouTube when I post it. If Pink Cat had already spoken, you guys.
Pink Cat, is there anything that you'd like to speak about?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I'm not sure if
Oh,
everyone off can hear you.
okay. Thank you for having me. My name is Pinky Sabia. Actually, it's my first time actually joining you, but I'm very inspired and I don't blame myself for joining this platform today because I'm forever busy. So, okay, I've learned a lot tonight, Sine. One thing about me, okay, I can say I'm an oddness. I was just laughing at Stu as she was speaking, Gutsy. They must change the way they are doing things. They're no longer the odd nurses who were treating people, other nurses bad, which is very true. It's still happening in hospital, but yeah, I think as they are young, they have to change that. With me, I'm enough, Shem. I've been working in theater for I don't know for how many years. I know nothing about bedside nursing actually, because after my training, I just went straight to theater until today. When I was still young, I was enjoying amalo, a different disciplines. But now, oh, the age is catching me up. So I just had enough. I can't do this anymore. So I just want something different, totally different from hospital now.
I have you specialized yet?
Pardon?
Have you specialized? Do you have a specialty
Yeah, yeah, in theater.
in theater? Do I think you need to come in here? This is your person.
Yeah, I'm a scrub sister. So as I said, I've been doing, yeah, I think all the discipline because I've done the liver transplant. Now I'm currently at a vascular and also cat lab. So yeah, but no, I think I had enough. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want something different.
I think
So
do you want our opinions?
yeah, it's okay. But as I was listening, I think now I've got an idea what I
Yeah.
want to do.
What do you
Cause
think?
I want no, as from I know it's too late now, but my plan is as from next year, I don't wanna be in theater anymore. I think I'm done with theater because okay, like I don't work weekends. Oh, during weekends you work from. I work for days actually because of I get day off either it's Monday or Thursday, but still it's still tiring. During the week is you go to work, and then you weren't even sure if you're gonna leave at 7. Sometimes you overlap, and then yesterday I was off, but I had a call out around about 7. Then I 7 at night. Then I came back. Good night, boy. Then I came back at midnight. So I think I'm done. I'm enough. I
Are you
want to see
working
my.
at government institution or private institution?
It's a private.
Okay, okay.
It's a private. So yeah, it's hectic there.
Do you think I'm hearing you saying you now have an idea of what you would pivot from here, like next year? Like,
Yes.
do you,
Yeah, I would.
would you like to share with us, or for now you just want to keep it to yourself?
No, as I said, I wouldn't mind to go to this camp or as long as it's not bedside nursing, I'm okay with it.
Okay, okay. You know,
Yeah.
I want to say something, and I think this is something that I'm always saying on my TikTok live, and I want to say it to everyone that is listening now. Guys, I like saying nursing is not just a profession, it is also a career, right? And if you start perceiving nursing as a career, it means you do not only think about the next coming 5 years, you don't only think about the next coming 10 years, but you start thinking about it from the time you leave nursing school. You need to start to think, when I reach 60, when I retire, where will I be as a nurse? I like doing something, an exercise in my own line of work currently, and that is developing a career plan, right? Sometimes it changes, sometimes it stays the same. But what a career plan does is it helps you to work towards a certain direction. Yeah. And at times, I'm gonna quickly make an example. When I was still at DOH, I knew that I want to get into public health. I want to work within the HIV sector. Let me put it like that. Then I started looking at positions that are available in the HIV sector, and then I discovered the world of public health. And then I narrowed myself down to that world. When I got to it, I said, what positions are there, and what do those people in those positions do? I discovered your program coordinator, program managers, technical leads, directors of programs, head of programs, country reps, and international head of programs. That's how far I went. I went to international level. I was searching to say, for me to say I am successful in the world of public health, where would I be? And it boiled down to an international head of a program sitting in a country in Switzerland or in America on my line of work. And I'm saying this because I want us to learn from Sister Pinky. Sister Pinky has been in theater for a long time. And right now she's tired of it. She's tired of it not because she doesn't love her work, but because doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's exhausting. Right?
Yeah.
It's not challenging her anymore. I'm sure if I can wake her right now and say, Sister Pinky, can you come and scrub? She can do it with her eyes closed, right?
Mm,
She's
mm.
an expert at it. But it doesn't stretch her anymore. Like it doesn't I get it but it doesn't stretch her capacity, her intellectual capacity anymore. It doesn't challenge her anymore. When you build a career, it helps because with every position you get, it stretches your capacity. I was a coordinator last year, 2 years ago. I was a program coordinator 2 years ago, right? And right now, I'm a clinical advisor. The position that I'm in makes me feel like I know absolutely nothing when it comes to the work that I am doing. It's still pretty much relevant to 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 the coordination position I had last year, but it's on a deeper level. It requires a more intelligent level of me. It requires a girl that has a master's. The position that I'm now gunning for, which is a director of programs, requires a complete different girl that I am today. I give it Lankaluhanya. But if you do not have a clear career plan as early as you can, you're going to hit a stumbling block and you're gonna think, where am I going with this? I don't see myself. I don't see myself ever in my career right now feeling stuck. And the reason I will never feel stuck is because I know where I'm going. I want to be, I'm clear. By the time I retire, when I reach 60, I want to be an international head of an HIV program in South Africa or in an African country, I'll be sitting in Global Fund in Switzerland. That's going to take me approximately 20 years from now on until that time comes. Approximately 20 years. So I am working, as I work as a clinical advisor right now, my steps are towards that direction. So as much as you guys are busy chasing money and chasing other things, and it's sad when a sister Pinky, because at nursing school they don't teach us these things. Even me myself, I had to get into the world that I'm working in to understand these things that I speak about today, to say have a career plan. But when you go to someone who does who did accounting or finance, those people, they know how to build careers and they know what it means to build a sustainable career from the time you leave undergrad up until you become a global leader. But nursing school does not teach us that. And I'd like to believe, when Sister Pinky, that even with that speciality that you have of being a what you call it, a theater nurse, I would like to believe there is a way for you to pivot and become a global figure in that particular discipline. But unfortunately, right now, where I stand, I don't think I know anyone in South Africa that I can say, Sister Pinky, can you follow Uban Bani? This particular person is a global leader within the theater discipline. I personally do not know anyone currently who is a nurse who has pivoted that speciality that deeply. But I want to say to you, you haven't reached the depth of the speciality that you have. I see now you want to walk away. I think you are walking away because you feel like you've hit the ceiling. You feel like you've hit the ceiling, but hitting the ceiling does not mean you have touched the sky. I would like to challenge you, my sister. Sure, take a break from that speciality. But by virtue of you doing it for so long, I'd like to believe you are passionate about it. Take a break, go and do medical aids and stuff like that. But I want to challenge you to research this speciality, not only in South Africa, but research it also in the first world countries. Look who are the popular figures in that speciality, who are nurses. Who are the nurses who are doing amazing things, who are at global level when we are speaking to, I think it's calls it peri-operative. When we are speaking to peri-operative nursing, look at them, search for them, go to LinkedIn, look for global leaders, nurses who are global leaders in peri-operative. Best believe those leaders are no longer seeing patients. And what you are running away right now, you are running away from the direct service delivery, which is also what I ran away from the clinics. I used to be the nurse that sees HIV patients living with HIV, but today I'm the nurse that develops guidelines that are speaking to patients who are living with HIV. I am the nurse who's creating content that needs to go and train nurses who are delivering services to patients living with HIV. I'm sure, I'm certain that a position similar to what I'm doing is there in the line of work that you are currently walking away from. The peri-operative world has guidelines. It needs nurses like yourself to develop those guidelines. Had you told me that I would be writing guidelines in 2025 when I finished nursing school in 2016, I would say you were lying. So ask yourself, who are the nurses who are writing the South African guidelines when it comes to peri-operative? How did they get there? I'm giving you that task, and don't tell me that, oh, Z, it's too late, I'm old now. I don't think you are more than 50 years old. I'm looking at your face right now. You don't look 50 to me. If you are 50, then Sana, it means you've got good genes. If you are not yet 50, it means you have approximately 20 years before you can retire. And before you can retire, you can influence the South African guidelines in the discipline that you are trying to walk away from. So I'm giving you that challenge, and I hope you will take it. And one day you will come back to me and say, Z, I actually found someone. I actually found something. But I hope other young nurses as well who are coming behind us, they know that there is this concept of building a career. You don't just go around taking any job opportunity because it sounds like it's glitz and glam, or it sounds like it pays better. I said to someone that we don't chase money. When we are new in the profession, don't be obsessed with money. You're obsessed with building a sustainable career, one that will take you up to global level. We need to aim that high as South African nurses. But I wish you well. Please connect with Lesego. Lesego plugs people quite a lot on the work in the environment that you would like to take a break to. But I'm giving you that challenge, Sister Pinky, and I hope you will come back to me one day and say, yes, I actually took you up on it.
Okay, thank you so much. I will definitely do that.
Gugu, I sometimes steal your spot, Sana.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Members of the multidisciplinary team, I get.
Right?
Right, ne? I think up next is Hunadi Mphahlele. Hunadi, my love, welcome to the live.
Thank you, Kuku. Sanmonan, I am so sorry I'm late today, and I know I missed out on a lot. But I just want to say to Ukuku, we walked this journey together from college, and I know how difficult it has been. And looking at us now, looking at the amount of work we've done, looking at everything that we managed to achieve in just almost 2 years of being in the workspace, I am so proud of you, Mama. And I hope that everybody who was here on time and they got to hear your story, they are now walking away with something different. It's so heartbreaking to see that there's a campus that has been excluded from the opportunities that the government decided to release. But I do hear where they are coming from, because our government likes playing games so much, especially with people's lives. But we must not sit and we must not wait on them. Let it be a lesson to even future students who are coming out of the colleges that, you know what, do not wait for the government. If the government doesn't act, it doesn't mean that you should not eat, you should not work, you should not study, you should not grow. We will hold them accountable. We will keep on asking questions and ask, if people were absorbed and others were excluded, what was the criteria? Was there an application process for people to get these opportunities? If not, where are the funds coming from? Why were they not enough to accommodate everybody and everything? We will keep on holding them accountable and asking such questions so that we don't end up with situations such as the saga that's happening with Tembisa Hospital. But at the same time, we will keep on working, we will keep on studying, we will keep on developing ourselves as nurses. I think when I was invited to come and speak on the live, it was with regards to the project that we are trying to build with Ukuku and other young leaders from the colleges. It's still in the building phases. We are still pumping each other's heads with regards to how we can build it. But I'm looking at the live now, and there's 180 people plus on the live, and I know we are all hungry to have such spaces as frequently as we possibly can, to empower ourselves even more, to try and grow each other even more. I attended a conference just the day ago, and when I left that conference, I really saw that there's a huge gap and a huge need for such spaces to continue, so that we do not have nurses that are now burnt out, nurses that are now feeling stuck within their workplaces. And we can also identify gaps within the working frames and the policy frames that we have within our profession. Because I remember I was speaking to one of the academic lecturers at VET, and I'm like, but we have so many policies and so many rules that are protecting the public within our facilities. Where are the policies? Where are the studies that go deeper into what nurses and healthcare workers face within their spaces, and how can we protect them, and how can we aid for them? And that's when it clicked even more in my head that the project that Gugu and I and our fellow teammates are trying to build is going to be so empowering, and it's going to be such a game changer within our profession. So to all the alumni of Gauteng Nursing College, there will be a call that we are sending out. We are going to need everybody to come in. We are trying to create an alumni network where we will be having such empowering sessions, where we will be having mentorship programs for us, and we will be channeling each other to grow into being the nurses that we want to be. I am sure that at this point in time, there are people who are now coming into a realization that they don't even have career plans. They came in into the space because they were in need, they needed jobs, and that is what the colleges are for. They are for the most disadvantaged of people coming from the townships and everything. We all ran there for the bread, if we are being honest. And when you look at us and you look at people who graduated from universities, you can really see the difference in terms of how we move and maneuver within the profession itself. Those are people who are career orientated. Those are people who are goal orientated. Those are the people who are gunning for the biggest seats within the boardrooms of our facilities and everything. While our focus is that let me just get a job, let me afford to buy a car, let me get my mom out of the township or build her a better house. And yes, we can achieve all of that while at the same time we are building the profession and we are building our careers and we are becoming the keynotes in terms of building and shaping how the academics even of the profession are going to take off. So I am so proud of each and every person who is a speaker. Your stories are inspiring. I've been getting messages even on WhatsApp asking Hunadi, where are you? Hunadi, if you know Gugu, please tell her we are inspired. So I know that we are putting in the work, and I hope for SG Lawrence students that you are not giving up. I was part of the orientation for 2 nurses who came to one of the wards where I worked, and they were doing their orientation, and I was sharing the same message that, you know what, it doesn't look nice at this moment, but once you've got your feet on the ground and you start running, nobody's gonna stop you. Forget that the government didn't consider you or anything like that. Oh, there's probably even corruption happening there. We will keep on asking questions. Somebody will account. But once we create forums and we create communities such as this one, our voices are going to be heard even louder, because somebody will sit and think before they create 100 jobs while knowing that there's going to be 300 graduates. They will think about it twice, because then there's going to be exclusion, and it doesn't make sense where you call people to come in and come work while other people are not getting calls. Then what was the criteria? Why wasn't there equality? It defies the whole motion of having democracy within our country and having the constitution that says everybody is equal. So there was an injustice when it comes to these new graduates, and it's something that we should pay focus and pay attention to, so that justice is served, even if they do not get that justice, but the following groups that are coming will not be treated the same way. Do you know, at the end of the day, these are people, these are humans, these are citizens, and these are people who will be contributing to the economy of this country, and their role is as much important as the ones who got a call. So yes, we will keep on asking questions. We will keep on knocking on those doors. Somebody will have to account and somebody will have to answer. But for the time being, do not give up on that dream. You have the qualification. You are more than capable. Go into those spaces as blind as you are, as blank as you are. We went there the same way, and look at us now, and look at us how much we have worked. We are doing way better than we have imagined. So you guys are gonna be okay. Thank you to everybody who waited for me, and thank you to everybody who shared their stories.
Thank you so much, Unadi, for your inspiring story. Thank you so much. And I think it also goes back to what I was saying in the beginning when the live started with Uguti. In hindsight, actually, it was such a blessing that the Department of Health actually did not involve us. Well, most of us actually, because if you actually think about it, the amount of growth that I have had within this past year and a half is massive. And I don't think it's growth that I would have acquired while I was still in Department of Health. Department of Health will take you and place you into a particular ward. When rotation comes, it comes. If you want to go back to school, they'll tell you about a long list of line of people that actually have applied to go to school. So in hindsight, I think people actually today should actually take from us today, Guti. being absorbed is not the end all and be all, and it's actually a blessing in disguise. We would say, you know what, let's go out there and actually go into uncomfortable spaces so that we can actually grow and actually be better people. Because at the end of the day, we cannot be sitting and waiting on the Department of Health, whereas they don't even value us that much. They don't even value our working environments. Look at the spaces we work in when we are in environments of Department of Health. We don't have resources. Um, you know, had I been absorbed, I would be stuck in a dead end job and I'd hate it routine every day, Department of Health for the next 3 years because I mean our contractual obligations were to work for the Department of Health for the number of years we studied. And let's be honest, guys, it gets tedious, you know, it really gets tedious. So people should not be afraid to go into these uncomfortable spaces. Let's get uncomfortable to be comfortable 10 years from now, you know. The world is literally and literally your oyster, guys. There are so many opportunities, so many things that you can manipulate in the nursing fraternity. And I don't think you guys see that we are actually, you know, we talk about the fourth industrialization. This is another revolution that the nursing fraternity is actually experiencing. And the question you need to ask yourself now is, do you want to be there in the next 10 years, part of it, or do you want to be the one saying, hey, actually, I should have and I could have? And it's not late, guys. It is absolutely not late. Department of Health did not value us, but also it also comes back, like Hunadi said, you need people to account. How do you train people and then let them go? It's such an expenditure and such a waste of taxpayers' money that each and every year the Department of Health trains these nurses to let them fend for themselves. And when we fend for ourselves, honestly, fending for ourselves entirely means now having to go into private, you know, and that's the honest truth. We're not gonna shy away from that. But let me tell you, in private, guys, we are fuguzwa, and that's not a joke. But in the midst of when because you know, they grant you the opportunities, learning opportunities, and we have been in spaces where we were so uncomfortable that because that particularly Garden City, I still like, you know what, Garden City is high up there on the pedestal for me because they literally took me in and what I and literally in the essence, you know, where we were literally just given the skills. So guys, do not be afraid. Yes, it's scary because right now you were waiting for this opportunity that you were promised. And it hurts. It really hurts, you know. But in essence, all I'm saying is, guys, look for better opportunities. Literally write your own story. Your narrative is determined by you. Let us rewrite the narrative of history because at the end of the day, 10 years from now, the government will be begging us. Literally look at someone who's in my shoes and take my journey, for example. 5 years from now, I'm telling you, Pete's ICU unit, for example, Ebara, they'll literally be begging me to be a senior sister there because why? I come and I know, you know, and I know what I bring to the table. But all I'm saying is, God nursing, guys, aguna nurse elizolamba while you've got your license. You will not starve as long as you've got your license. So utilize the opportunity that you're given. Yes, they gave you a bursary. Totally qualification, take that, hit the ground running, and let's go. You know, we are going to, like Hunadi said, there is a network, a space of network that we're actually working on starting, and hopefully we'll have it up and running by January next year. And I'm hoping to see a lot of nurses join in such spaces because I think we're also disadvantaged where we don't get such spaces that nurses offers us where we are privileged to information, where we are privileged to employers coming in and giving us, you know, the opportunity of actually applying. I think we sometimes take all these things given to us on a silver platter for granted. So I think we need to utilize spaces such as these effectively for our growth and the betterment of the profession, guys. But do not lose faith. And at the end of the day, when resilience and hard work meet, trust me, something is going to happen. And in this fraternity, you will mark my words, 10 years from now, we will be sitting here with Nurse Z again discussing this, whereas some of us will have our own practices and be running our own hospitals.
I'm so sorry. I lose it sometimes. This is how, by the way, this is how I react when you guys send me voice notes. Man, you guys, I think I've said this to a lot of you guys that you make what I do easy for me. Most of the times when I speak to majority of you who are here, I tend to feel like you are giving me a glass of water in a desert. You know, I've had this vision and dream that I have for our profession for such a long time, and I've always known that it's bigger than me. Therefore, I can't bring it forth alone. And having have worked in DOH myself, exposed to different kinds of nurses, it it always felt like it's probably impossible to bring, because the dream that I have and the vision that I have for nursing in Africa requires a nurse to have a certain mindset. And it's a mindset that has been very scarce to find within the DOH premises, right? But ever since I've opened up this platform, I'm seeing how God is literally bringing all of the people that I think we need to have the kind of profession that we need as Africa. God is bringing them closer to me, and I see them in this platform and in different other platforms, and it makes me believe that when I die, nursing won't be as it is. You know, if my daughter decides that she wants to become a nurse, she won't experience it the way I'm experiencing it. It's going to be different. And all the hard work and the laboring would have been done by people like you guys. Usually when the lives are coming to an end, I usually say, let it not end here, like on a TikTok live with Nazi. Go back to your institution, go back to your ward, go back to your clinic, go back to the organization that you are working at, and be this, you see that, which we are experiencing, all of us right now here, be that in your institution, be that light, that inspiration, be that in your institution, and best believe we are going to see the transformation that we want to see. That is my closing remark, and then I will hand over to the chairperson to just wrap everything up, and then we can go to bed.
I think a lot was said. A lot was said, nurses. I think we can all take away, Wuti. Nursing is not just linear, you know. There are so many different branches that one can go into. And don't despair. Don't despair, Wuti. The department did not take you. It's not the end all and be all. There are so many avenues that you can take. I mean, there's theater, there's pre-auth, you know, there's so many spheres that we can actually branch into. And I think we in future we should be open to more conversations like this, and also be don't just sit back and just wait for information. Be proactive, you know. Half the things I found out when, wow, I just got my license. It was because I was proactive, you know. Just be a bit proactive as well, because at the end of the day, it's your career, you know. And if we don't love what we do, or you know, we don't take an interest in what we're doing, then you are going to be caught up in one space. So I think in closing, keep an open mind, guys. Yes, it's going to be tough. It sounds nice and all when we narrate it now and everything, but you know, the journey is not linear. It's never straightforward. And there are certain things that we also need to also, you know, take into consideration, which there are going to be disappointments along the way. And leave room for disappointment, that's fine, but also just make sure that you're resilient and just keep a level head as well. Yeah, nursing is a beautiful fraternity, and I think there's a lot of room for us to grow, and there's a big pie for us to eat in, you know. So, and I mean, healthcare is an essential service that we need to provide for people. So I think, yeah, let's just keep at it, nurses, and I think we will meet again for another topic, I think sometime this week.
Yes, yes, I will. I promise. I just want to say, usually, I think Kunadi, we've been doing Mondays, ne? I think we're doing Mondays at 8 p.m. But maybe Sundays. I don't know. I don't know if we should go back to Mondays, or Sundays, or you guys are comfortable with Sundays. But we've been doing once a week, Monday at 8 p.m. Today we chose this day because Gugu said she's available today. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we go back to Monday or we stick to Sundays?
I think Mondays is still fine, considering that it has been our
Yeah.
our culture and our tradition. So a whole lot of us have shaped our working weeks to accommodate Monday 8 p.m.
Okay.
Also given that our topics range from students to also the academics and the people who are OGs in the space. So we can keep it Monday, but I see a whole lot of comments are coming in with Sunday. Sunday is
But I
still
think these
fine.
are new people, Hunadi. I don't think they are like the people who,
Yeah,
yeah, I think these are new
I
people.
see. I see, but for me, Mondays have been working perfectly also. But if people are for Sundays, then we can always change.
And I also
Okay.
wanted to say, sorry, Gooks, I wanted to say, guys, I want to say this. I'm busy, right? We want to be regulars, okay? I want to say this. I want to put it out there as a proposition. I'm a very busy person. I'm very busy. My work is demanding, and I'm also doing my master's. I also have Nest Z work that I do besides being live. What I've learned is that I can go live but not be on TikTok. So I think I want to attempt this thing of having someone sharing the TikTok so that conversations can go on even if I'm not here. I don't know if I make sense. And I'm wondering if Gugu and Hunadi, I want to throw this at you guys. Um, yeah, I wanna put you guys, and of course, I'm gonna bring in the likes of Okahiswe as well to say, would it be okay if I chat to you on the side to say, hey, I'm probably not gonna be able to sit on TikTok today, but can I go live and you share the conversation? Because it also pains me that there are people who truly look forward to this. There is Lerato that I didn't see today. Actually, she was asking about Hunadi. So there are people who look forward to this, but unfortunately I would have other commitments. Sometimes I travel with work for like weeks on end and I'm unable to sit down and do this. Oh, Lerato is here. Yeah, Lerato is actually the principal of this entire whole platform for 2025, the head girl. So I think, how are you guys comfortable with that, with my face not being here and like, but the platform being available for a conversation?
Yeah, I think I don't know what the masses will say. I don't mind. Yeah, Hunadi and I think will just I think maneuver through it and then yeah, but I don't mind. I think it works much better because I mean the conversation keeps going irrespective of connection problems and things like that. And I think maybe but I think we'll hear from the masses actually if they're comfortable with that as well.
What I will do is I will constantly be talking to whoever who I think should be a chairperson on that particular day. It's I'm picking the two of you guys. I'll speak to Usdu on the side. I don't know, but
Okay.
there is also the likes of Okahi. So you guys know we have other people, right? So I will connect
Yeah, yeah.
with those people. But yeah, I just want to put a strategy in place until I at least finish at least with my masters. Then I have like enough time to give to the TikTok lives. So yeah, it seems like people are comfortable with this. I will put out a video during the week to say whether we are going live on Monday or Tuesday. I mean, or Sunday. But guys, it would be lovely for us to just stick to Monday because a lot of people who are constantly here, they know that we go live on Monday, but we will see. We'll talk about it during the week. I don't know if that's all. Gugu, should we call it a night?
Yeah, I think we can call it a night from my side. I think we're done. And if there's questions, I think people can just reach out to me and everything because I've seen a lot of people follow me. So they can hit my inbox. I'm more than willing to answer any questions they might have, or maybe if they're seeking for any advice. But I think right now we can wrap it up and call it a Sunday.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. I wish you a beautiful week. Don't forget to be who you are at your workplace, the light that we need in the profession. I will put out a video to say what are we talking about this coming weekend or Monday, and on which day are we going to be live. Dinithanda ukodlula yonke into elapha emhlabeni. Bye, guys.